my name's Katie Rushworth and today I'm going to show you how to plant bulbs to give you late summer colour. I'm using these, and these are lilies, and I'm going to put them in the middle of my border. The reason being is that lily foliage, any bulb foliage, is not so attractive at the bottom half. So if you put them behind other plants, it will just help to disguise that unsightly bit at the bottom. So using this bulb planter, I'm going to remove the earth to about 3 times the depth of the bulb. And as you can see, the bulb itself is a couple of inches deep. So we want to remove at least 6 inches of soil and bury it down there. That's a really nifty bit of kit. Much easier than doing it all by hand with a trowel. So now I'm going to give them a drink, and then they should come up end of July, beginning of August, and give you a real show of hot colour and look pretty fabulous. You might find that in the first year that they're in, they do need staking, so just keep an eye on them. The heads are so huge on the flowers that they kind of can be a bit weighty for the stem. So a good stake and they should look pretty awesome. Now, bulbs don't have to be just planted in the border, they also look fantastic in a container like this one. Now, in any container that you're planting, drainage is key. No plant, especially a bulb, doesn't want to sit in extra moisture, so you need to give drainage so all that water can drain away. So just using any bits of broken pot or gravel in the bottom. And then we're going to fill this with multi-purpose compost. Now, this compost also has the added benefit of having some horticultural grit in there, which again is just going to help with drainage. Now, any bulb, usually the rule of thumb is to plant it to 3 times the depth of the actual bulb itself. So I'm not going to fill my container all the way up before I pop them in. The wonderful thing about bulbs is you don't have to have a huge garden to grow them in. They will grow in a pot just like this, and everybody has room for a container like this on the front doorstep, on a balcony. They'll go anywhere. Another reason I like putting bulbs in a pot is because bulbs are quite short-lived. They look pretty for such a short period of time, and then when the flowers have gone over and there's only the foliage left, you can move a pot out of the way, somewhere that nobody has to see all the leaves die back, and kind of give your garden an instant tidy up if you like. Okay, so I think we're about there now. Now, I've got 2 different types of lily bulb here, and lily bulbs are brilliant for late summer colour. And I've also got 2 different heights of lily. So one of these grows to about 90 centimetres and the other one grows to about 60 centimetres. And so a really nice thing to do is to tier this colour. So I'll get 1 hit of bright yellow here, and then the 90 centimetre ones are bright orange. So it should make quite a spectacle. And in a container like this, you can plant bulbs quite close together. I've put 4 in here, but you could easily get away with 6 if you had them. Now, while your lilies are in flower, it's important to feed them with a liquid fertiliser at least once a week. And what that will do is that will recharge the bulb and store it full of carbohydrate and energy, so the next year it will come back and flower again with vigour. And another key fact with any bulb is that when the flower has gone over and it is looking a bit worse for wear, it's really important to leave that foliage on for at least 6 weeks. Once the foliage is starting to go yellow, then the bulb is recharged, if you like, and you can remove any of that tatty foliage. But it's really important to leave it on for 6 weeks. Once it's yellow, then you can cut it back. And then hopefully the following year you'll get another great show of flowers. Now, my last job is to cover the top with grit. Now you could use gravel or horticultural grit like this. And the main reason we do it is to lock in moisture. It also prevents weeds from growing in the top. But I just think it smartens the whole thing up. And there we have it. A wonderfully neat pot, full of treasure, that in a few weeks' time will look magnificent. For more gardening tips, check out silverlinetools.com.